Hey everybody, welcome back to Restaurant Food Fast. Going over some of the recipes we're looking at. We've done entrees up until now. So a couple people have been asking to do some sides. So we're going to do 2 potato dishes today. They're really easy. Somebody told me that a lot of people have trouble making mashed potatoes. I couldn't figure out why, but figured I'd do an episode on mashed potatoes anyway. So I'm going to do like a garlic mashed potatoes. I'm going to do potato latkes or potato pancakes. They're both real easy. So pretty much all you're going to need is however many. I've got what, 7 whole potatoes in here that I'm going to cut up for mashed potatoes. I've got 5 potatoes here that I'm going to do the latkes with. For the mashed potatoes, I'm going to use a little bit of garlic and milk and butter, and that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some garlic into a pan and make the garlic mashed potatoes. The latkes, you're going to need a couple eggs, a little bit of milk, and some flour, because you kind of make a batter out of those. But pretty much that's it. It's real simple, and I'm going to get these started because the mashed potatoes have to cook all the way through. So they're real easy. One of the tricks when you're making mashed potatoes, try to get the pieces all about the same size. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you have big pieces, little pieces, you're going to end up with mush. And the smaller the pieces are, the faster it cooks. So I usually take mine and quarter them out like that, just half and half again, and then just cut them into chunks. So like I say, I'm not real particular as long as they're about the same size. You can see they're all about, that's a small one to a big one. They're all about the same size. They're all going to cook around the same time. And they're a little smaller, so they cook faster. But mashed potatoes are really simple. Basically, you want butter and milk or heavy cream. Now, some people cook, when they're making mashed potatoes, they cook them in milk. It makes it much richer. I'm not doing that because I don't want to go through a gallon of milk to cook mashed potatoes. So we'll just deal with this. That's it. It's real easy. Just rough chop. And I think while I'm doing this, I'm going to turn the burner on and get the garlic cooking. I just put a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan. That's maybe a teaspoon or so. And then just depends on how much garlic you like. I'm going to put probably 2 tablespoons of garlic in that. Now what else you can do is while you're doing this, if you want, say, I'm going to put some chives in it. And this, because I'm using dried, it's better if you use fresh, but because I'm using dried stuff, you can put it in there to start, and I'm going to put a little bit of dill in it. The seasonings are just completely up to you. So whatever you want to use to season your potatoes. But I'm going to get that cooking, that way the garlic isn't real harsh. It's going to be nice and mellow. Cut the rest of these up, let them boil, and I'll show you how to do the latkes. Yeah, don't let your garlic burn. Of course, you let your garlic burn, it's going to be very bitter. So get it out there, get it warmed up, spread it out in the pan, and you want to get it golden color. If you think the heat's too high, turn it down.
Sorry, you really used a little towel.
What that is going to do is it's going to infuse that oil from the margarine with the garlic and chives and dill that I put in there. So it's actually going to get it through the potatoes better once you start mashing them. You can see it's starting to turn colors. It's brown, not burnt. You can smell it. When it burns, you'll know. It smells really, really bad. Then I'll let that heat just a little bit more. So I can melt out all of that. You can see this in the, it's nice turned gold, brown color. That's what you're looking for. It's done. Turn this off. Get a little bowl, put that in. So you've gone to restaurants and seen where they have the roasted garlic mashed potatoes, or as they like to call them now, smashed potatoes. This is a real easy way to do that without having to roast the garlic off. It's not quite the same flavor as roasted garlic, but it's close enough. So that's done, ready for the mashed potatoes. We'll set that back. Now for the latkes, a traditional Eastern European dish. Passover. It's basically shredded potatoes and onion held together with a batter of flour and egg. A little bit of milk sometimes. It just depends how you do yours. And seasoned. They generally don't season a whole lot. A little salt, pepper. You can of course jazz it up and put whatever seasonings you want and flavor them. I'm just going to show you how to do the real basic one. Trick to holding potatoes: when you want to hold potatoes and not have their color change, put them in water. If you ever notice, if you cut a potato and keep it out, it turns black. So when I do these, if I can shred them fast enough, I won't, because they won't change, because I'm going to put them right from here into a bowl and then put the batter on them. But we'll see how long it takes to get these done. And guess what? This is the guard for my mandolin. So this time, hopefully, this thing won't eat my hand, which would be good. So it has the spikes, just holds it. If I can get it to work today. Ta-da. And basically I'm taking these out into fine juliennes, but of course doing it with the mandolin. Hey, that one disposed of itself. I see my crew all waiting for me to hurt myself. Get these in the bowl. I think I might have enough time to do this. I'm going to use one onion for that much, like 5 potatoes I did. It's a day for produce to fight with me. Ta-da. That's it. I'm just going to take a couple eggs. Beat those up, pour them on here. A little milk. Mix this all together and put a little bit of flour in here. It's all going to bind it together. Dust it with a little bit of flour. That's pretty good. Now you can make these wetter or drier, depends on how you like them. If you like it more batter, of course add a little bit more milk, a little bit more flour, it's going to make a whole batter. I just kind of want it to bind together a little bit. I think these will do that. Let me see how it kind of sets, and as that cooks it's going to bind it together. Now I'm going to wash my hands, add some seasonings, and that's it for those. Basically it's just a smoked sea salt grinder. Potatoes take a lot of salt. They just do. I'm going to do these with the same herbs I put in for the mashed potatoes. With a chive, a bit of dill, a little black pepper. Take the pan back hot. Mix these up. If I could keep it in the bowl, I'd be happier. There we go. Check your doneness on a potato. If a fork goes through it real easy, like that, kind of splits, like that means they're done. So the potatoes for the mashed potatoes are done. All you do is drain them. That's it. if this is hot. Not quite, but it'll work. Now when you're doing these potato pancakes, these latkes, if you can see how all the mixture's at the bottom. So as you're pulling these out, try and turn it a little bit so you can get the liquid that you've made, that batter, around them, because that's what's going to make it hold together. If it doesn't, it's no big deal because you just made hash browns. You know, you made seasoned hash browns, so it's really not going to affect you that awful much. For the mashed potatoes, easy enough. Take the butter and garlic that I had done earlier. A little bit of milk. Start off with a little. It's easier to keep adding than it is to have too much and have it come out like soup. So just put a little bit of milk in to start. And some more oil, butter, margarine, whatever you like to use. And get you a masher. Now you can use a mixer, like a power mixer. It's all up to you. It's if you want them whipped real fine and you want them really smooth, use the mixer. I always start them with the masher first, and then just depending on what I want to do with them after that is what I'll use. The only thing people always say is, well, my mashed potatoes you got at the restaurant, your mashed potatoes are nice and white. It's because of the milk or the cream. The higher the fat content you use of your product, like heavy whipping cream as opposed to milk, will make them richer. But the white color, if you don't use milk, you won't get it. That's pretty much it. All you do is taste it, see if you like it, see if it needs anything. I think it needs more salt. Check on the potato pancakes, they look fine. More salt, a little more milk. Now this is the point, if you want them whipped, this is where you bring out your mixer and just go to town. It'll aerate them, it'll make them lighter, it'll make them smoother. I'm one of those people who kind of like lumpy mashed potatoes, so I rarely use a mixer. Squirrel, on the other hand, always uses it. It's just personal preference. That's pretty much it. Piece. Alright, these two want to split together. That's pretty much it. What was I in the middle of? This. So this is a very, very easy way to do roasted garlic mashed potatoes without having to go through roasting the garlic. Just make sure you don't burn them. If you burn the garlic, it's going to be really, really bitter. That's it. garnish that with whatever you like. If you want to make it look pretty, put some more chives on top. If you want to make it look really fancy, get some fresh chives, keep them whole, and just stick them on top, whatever you want to do. Really, really easy recipe for mashed potatoes, garlic mashed potatoes. Don't put the garlic in, straight mashed potatoes. Put cheese in, whatever you want. This is like all the other recipes you do. Change this however you want to do it. You can change your spices, you can change all the other stuff. It's mashed potatoes. It's really simple. Really easy to make, you saw. Just only took us a couple minutes. So there's one, and we'll work on the Latkes. Yeah, the potato pancakes get served with a bunch of different things. You can either, I've seen them topped with sugar, sour cream, applesauce. It's all on your personal preference. It's all on whatever you want it to taste like at that point in time. They don't take long to cook because the potatoes are shredded really thin. But that's basically it. It's fighting with me. The other thing, as you set, show you this, as these sit, they're going to get more and more liquid. The potato's going to weep a little bit. So it's going to get soupier as you do it. So when you first start, if you're going to let these sit, which you could easily let them sit, overnight, if they're in liquid so they don't turn color, they are going to become more soupy as you go. But that's it. That's the other one. Latkes, they're really simple. Again, throw a couple eggs, some milk, a little bit of flour in, put your seasonings in, and you've got potato pancakes. And just remember, the potato pancakes usually come out bland because potatoes take a lot of seasoning. They're a very bland taste to begin with. So don't be afraid to over-season a little bit. That's pretty much it for today. I'm going to cook the rest of these up and feed the Wookiee. And that's it. Maybe I'll do some rice dishes next time. And until we see you again, if you have anything you want to ask us, tell us. restaurantfoodfast@gmail.com. And until next time, cook something fun.